Well, hey, it never fails. Someone always asks me, "Hey, Heather, what about?" And honestly, that's where the best conversations begin. I'm Heather Shaw, certified functional nutrition coach and Pilates educator. After walking through my own wellness journey, hello 80-pound weight loss, I now light the path through my program, The Plan, complete with protein-forward recipes, hormone know-how, and a lifestyle for longevity. This is the Exquisite House Pilates and Wellness podcast. Hey Heather, what about? We're diving into all things movement, menopause, metabolism, and more, especially the stuff no one warned us about. I tell it like it is, but always with a wink and a hug. No perfection required, just consistency, curiosity, and better questions, served up with a side of sass. You know how hard it is to stick with a wellness program. Today, we're tackling a topic that comes up a lot when we talk about food, habits, and nutrition goals: discomfort. Whether you're trying to cut back on sugar, eat more intentionally, or finally break the all or nothing cycle, you've probably felt some emotional or physical discomfort along the way. So today we're asking, how much discomfort are we willing to endure to reach our health goals? And is some discomfort actually a good thing? Let's get into it. We've all been there. The burning muscles, the mental resistance to getting started, or the emotional vulnerability that comes from trying something new in midlife. Discomfort doesn't always mean something's gone wrong. Discomfort is a signal, not a stop sign. Room for growth often lies just outside comfort zones. In fact, when it comes to changing how we eat, whether that's cutting out late night snacking, prepping meals instead of grabbing takeout, or even confronting emotional eating, discomfort is often part of the process. Your brain and body like predictability. And when you shift your routines, it naturally triggers some resistance, cravings, fatigue, irritation, or that little voice that says, "This is too hard." It's easy to interpret discomfort as a red flag, like something is wrong, but actually, discomfort can be a powerful signal, a cue that we are on the edge of change, not in danger. Research shows that people who are willing to experience discomfort, not avoid it, tend to be more successful in reaching long-term goals. One study from the Journal of Psychological Science found that people who intentionally embraced discomfort rather than avoiding it were more motivated and more persistent. They even reported feeling more accomplished, even when tasks were challenging. So today, we're reframing discomfort, not as something to run from, but something to notice, manage, and sometimes even lean into. Here's some scientific data about all this. Let's look at emotional distress, pain, and mental health. Chronic pain or discomfort is closely tied to mental health challenges. People with chronic pain are significantly more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and a lower quality of life. The severity of discomfort isn't always the biggest factor. It's how much discomfort interferes with day-to-day life and valued activities. That interference tends to drive psychological distress. Knowing the line, growth versus burnout. Of course, not all discomfort is good. There's a big difference between tolerable discomfort, the kind that pushes us to grow, and overwhelming distress, which can lead to injury, burnout, or total shutdown. I like to think of it as the difference between challenge and crisis. Productive discomfort might feel like muscle burning during a Pilates session, or choosing to skip the drive-thru and make something at home even when you're tired. Harmful distress, on the other hand, might feel like pain that lingers or worsens, obsessing over food choices, skipping meals out of guilt, or spiraling into restriction. Think of it this way. Productive discomfort helps you move forward. Overwhelming distress pulls you backwards. How to tell the difference. Check in with how you feel afterward. Did the decision you made align with your values and goals, or did it leave you feeling deprived, anxious, or defeated? Here's some scientific data to think about. Let's look at cognitive and emotional responses to discomfort. Avoidance of discomfort, emotional or physical, can lead to worse outcomes, greater fear, hypervigilance, rumination, and even becoming more severe. Psychological constructs like experiential avoidance, i.e., avoiding pain, discomfort, even internal ones, are linked to poor mental health. Conversely, willingness to experience discomfort is a component of therapies, for example, acceptance and commitment therapy, and that shows good results. The truth is, we want to build a relationship with discomfort, not ignore it or glorify it. And that brings us to one of the most powerful tools in our toolbox, mindset. Carol S. Dweck wrote this about mindset in her book, The New Psychology of Success. In the fixed mindset, everything is about outcome. If you fail or if you're not the best, it's all been wasted. The growth mindset allows people to value what they're doing regardless of the outcome. They're tackling problems, charting new courses, working on important issues. Let's see if we can shed some light on this. A fixed mindset believes abilities, intelligence, traits are largely innate and unchangeable. Effort only matters so far because if you're not good at it, there's a ceiling. A growth mindset believes that with effort, learning, and appropriate strategies, one can grow, improve, adapt. Challenges and failures are opportunities to learn. Individuals with a growth mindset tend to report lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Some studies show mindset beliefs serve as protective factors under stress. Growth mindset is linked to better self-regulation and persistence, important in behavior change like nutrition and forming habits, where discomfort, cravings, hunger, stepping out of routine is inevitable. Growth mindset orientation correlates with adopting learning goals versus performance goals. That means when you have setbacks, you analyze, adjust, continue, rather than assume defeat. Recent research from Michigan State University showed that it may not be all about mindset. The impact of growth mindset may be more modest than sometimes claimed. The type of feedback, support, self-efficacy around our goals also plays a big role in our success as we are learning and growing. Some examples of how mindset shows up in our day-to-day life. From the Big Life Journal, we see fixed mindset. If I don't improve right away, I get frustrated and I start to criticize myself. Growth mindset. I know improvement takes time. I celebrate the small steps. Even a little progress makes a difference. This quote from Carl Nasser, PhD, helps explain this. If you have a growth mindset, you believe that if you don't know something, you can learn and acquire this talent by making an honest effort. You know that it may be hard, but you believe you can learn just about anything when you put your mind to it and put time into it. I'll tell you a story. I have a client that has been with me for about a year. She was touting the praises of her Pilates journey and how good she felt in her body. One of her coworkers joined our studio. This gal signed up for membership without trying a class. Now, we have all seen the hilarious videos of athletes trying Pilates for the first time and shaking, sweating, groaning, and just making fools of themselves. This gal had that type of experience in her first class, and she never came back. This is a perfect example of a fixed mindset. Because the class was challenging, or truthfully probably hard for her, she didn't want to fail, and so she gave up. If this gal had just tried a few private sessions, which we had offered her, or signed up for a trial package, she would have had a better outcome. This shows us there are always opportunities in life to change our mindset and grow into the person that we aspire to be. When it comes to nutrition, reframing our relationship to discomfort can help us tolerate cravings and rewrite emotional patterns. Cravings, especially in midlife, can be intense. They are often tied to hormones, stress, or long-lasting habits, and resisting them may feel, uncomfortable. But studies show that craving tolerance improves over time, especially when we practice urge surfing or riding the wave of a craving without acting on it, or delayed gratification, waiting 10 minutes before responding. When we take these actions, we're not denying ourselves, we're retraining our brain. A simple script you can use. I can have it later if I still want it, but right now I'm choosing something that serves me better. Sometimes this can feel very challenging, and the truth is, you don't want to take a giant leap out of your comfort zone. You can tiptoe. The process of building tolerance for discomfort can be done gradually, like strength training for your nervous system. Psychologists call it incremental exposure. Athletes call it progressive overload. It means one more rep when you want to stop, one brave yes when our fear says no, one uncomfortable but honest conversation. Over time, we build emotional and physical capacity. That's how change sticks. Another thing to keep in mind is what we are craving, and does that mean our body is deficient in something? We look at this closely in my functional nutrition program, The Plan. Are you craving sugar or sweets? Possible functional causes: blood sugar imbalance. If blood sugar is on a roller coaster due to skipped meals, refined carbs, or stress, cravings often spike mid-afternoon or late at night. Chromium or magnesium deficiency. These minerals help regulate blood sugar and insulin. Low levels may trigger sugar cravings. Low dopamine or serotonin. Sugar temporarily boosts those feel-good neurotransmitters. If you're low due to stress, poor sleep, or gut health issues, your body may crave sugar for a quick lift. Yeast overgrowth, for example, candida. Some practitioners believe imbalances in gut flora can lead to sugar cravings as yeast feeds on sugar. The body will crave fast energy. Sugar is the quickest source. Are you craving carbs like bread, pasta, or crackers? Possible functional causes could be things like serotonin imbalance. Carbs help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier, boosting serotonin. This is why we often crave carbs when we're feeling low or anxious. Adrenal fatigue or cortisol dysregulation. Chronic stress can deplete energy and cause carb cravings. Low protein or fat intake. If your meals are lacking in these macronutrients, your body may seek carbs to feel satisfied. Are you craving chocolate? Possible functional causes: magnesium deficiency. Chocolate is a natural source of magnesium, which many people are low in, particularly during PMS or menopause. Mood support. Chocolate also affects neurotransmitters like serotonin, so cravings may point to emotional needs. Are you craving salt? Possible functional causes: adrenal insufficiency or stress response. Salt cravings can indicate your body is trying to regulate aldosterone levels, often taxed in chronic stress. Mineral imbalance. Potassium, sodium, and other electrolytes may be out of balance, especially if you've been sweating, fasting, or dehydrated. Low blood pressure. Salt helps raise blood pressure slightly. If yours is low, you might crave salt as a correction. Are you craving meat or protein? Possible functional causes are things like iron or zinc deficiency. Both are common, especially in menstruating or menopausal women. Low amino acids. The body may crave protein to rebuild or repair tissue, especially post-exercise or during recovery. Here's the functional nutrition lens summary. Cravings aren't just about willpower. They're often messages from your body. But functional nutrition doesn't stop at what you're craving. It asks, when do the cravings happen? What's your energy like? What emotional state are you in? What's the bigger hormonal or blood sugar picture? When I work with folks through my functional nutrition program, The Plan, we examine cravings to see if we need to suggest a supplement to help the body be more at ease during a client's wellness journey, or if we need to make adaptations to their food. The real secret to managing discomfort is self-efficacy. One of the strongest predictors of success in health, fitness, and even life transitions like menopause is something called self-efficacy, or the belief that you can handle what's in front of you. The role of self-efficacy tends to improve outcomes. Incremental exposure to small doses of discomfort builds capacity over time. When we believe we can get through discomfort, we're more likely to stick with hard things, even when results are slow. So here's a reflection. When was the last time you endured something uncomfortable and came out stronger? Can you trust that same version of you is still there? It's not about perfection. It's about trusting yourself to sit with a little discomfort. Hunger between meals, skipping a second glass of wine, choosing protein over sugar because you believe the outcome is worth it. Ask yourself, what choices make me feel proud an hour later? And remind yourself, you've done hard things before. This is no different. It's like my new client said during our jump board class this week. I can survive anything for 30 seconds. In my program, The Plan, we work with clients to support mindset shifts by reminding them we are giving up foods we crave for a short period of time. And the truth is, how many times do you actually eat Thanksgiving dinner each year? Once, right? So if you can survive only having all those yummy foods one day a year, then surely you can survive giving up some things for a period of time for your health. This is mindset. Here are some tools to help. Discomfort as feedback. When we try new nutrition behaviors, reducing sugar, eating more vegetables, managing hunger, resisting emotional eating, there's almost always discomfort. A growth mindset helps us interpret that discomfort not as proof we've failed, but as feedback. Here's where my habits, belief, routines are pushing me. Here's where I can grow. Self-efficacy is key. Growth mindset supports building self-efficacy. If we believe we can change, endure, adjust, we are more likely to persist through discomfort, and this often separates those who reach their goals from those who quit early. Reframing failure and slip-ups. Fixed mindset sees a slip as proof you're not good enough. Growth mindset sees it as data. For example, skipping a meal, having a high-calorie day, cravings, all of those can be reframed. What caused me to slip? What do I do differently tomorrow? Rather than, I failed, I'll never get this. Incremental gains over time. Nutrition goals usually aren't overnight. Discomfort is a part of adaptation. Growth mindset supports patience and consistency. Even small wins matter. Celebrate them. Find supportive rewards for yourself. Your favorite bubbly water, a walk in nature, a visit to your favorite museum, a massage or facial. Resilience is mindset. For those of us in our 40s, 50s, and beyond, bodies change, hormones change, energy shifts. Discomfort may show up more as metabolic changes, hunger, slower progress. Growth mindset reminds us that change is possible, that you can adapt, that you can develop strategies that work for this season of life instead of comparing to our younger selves. Remember to get support via hormone therapy or things like sleep aids or GLP-1 meds to improve your overall health and reduce hormonal impact on your goals. A final word. The goal here isn't to eliminate discomfort. It's to become the kind of person who can be with it, with curiosity and compassion, and still make choices that serve your future self. That's what mindset work gives us, the ability to stay grounded in the middle of discomfort without making it mean something has gone wrong. Well, hey, thank you for listening and asking the question, hey Heather, what about? I hope we inspired you to master discomfort as you create a lifestyle for longevity. You deserve it. If something sparked a shift for you today, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it along to a friend. Leave us a review to help others find us. Be sure to hit that follow button so you never miss a moment of real talk and real transformation. Are you ready to start your wellness journey? Then visit theexquisitehouse.com to join us in the studio or to learn more about The Plan, our signature program for nutrition, movement, and midlife transformation. I want to be sure to invite you to tune in to our next episode. We will be celebrating World Menopause Day. I will be interviewing some of the incredible women that influenced me, and we will be hearing all about how to live into the best part of our lives. So again, thank you for being with me today. And remember, keep asking questions. I'll be here with answers and maybe a reformer spring or two.